Duck and goose hunting has always been the game of it. The pursuit of something that you were never going to master.
The weather can be amazing, you know, when it's snowing sideways and blowing. And
Every day is different, every year is different.
I look up and think, man, this is a good ducky day, you know. And
Woo! All right!
it's a perspective.
Get 'em.
Ducks Unlimited Television is presented by Drake Waterfowl Systems, innovators in waterfowl hunting.
Welcome to another exciting episode of Ducks Unlimited TV. I'm Ashley Ward. We've got a wonderful show for you, featuring hunts for ducks and geese in Saskatchewan, Canada. Dedicated DU volunteers and donors are featured in this episode, enjoying camaraderie and great hunting on this Canadian adventure. We'll also learn about the challenges facing DU Canada in Saskatchewan related to water and wetlands. All next on America's longest running waterfowling show, Ducks Unlimited TV.
This area is central in Canada for the migration, but it's part of the larger picture in terms of waterfowl breeding and migrating biology. So this is a prime breeding area. The area to the north of us in the boreal forest is also a prime breeding area. Almost half of the ducks nest up there. So in order for those ducks to make a successful migration down into the United States and then come back up in the spring and be successful at breeding, these areas are critical. And this particular area, because of the high density of wetlands and the habitat, is very important for breeding duck. That's why we deliver a program in this area, and it's all part of the larger picture of supporting all the various life cycles of waterfowl in terms of migration, breeding, nesting, and we can't have one without the other. So having that habitat in the States is just as critical as having these breeding habitats up in Canada.
Migration is such I almost get emotional talking about it, to really think where these ducks start and the journey that they make down, and how critical the habitat is, and how critical it is to what Ducks Unlimited is doing to make sure that they're strong enough and well fed to make the trip down south. So we made this long journey up here to Canada to just really witness some great waterfowl, and we're here chasing ducks and geese, and we have seen a ton of them, and we've had a great time. So I was fortunate enough to be able to share a blind with Craig. He's such a great guy, and actually the way we kind of all got situated on this hunt was he bought the trip at DU National Convention in Hawaii.
And my wife saw it, and she goes, "You're going to buy that hunt, aren't you?" I go, "I am not walking away from this hunt. There's no way I'm walking away from this."
What made you want to buy the hunt there at convention?
I grew up with Ducks Unlimited. I mean, my dad was taking me when I was 4, 5 years old, and it's just, this is me.
Yeah,
this is me.
So even though this is the epic center of waterfowl hunting, Saskatchewan isn't always a layup.
Get ready, guys. Go ahead, guys.
Today was a perfect example. I've been up here for a week now, and every morning has been epic shoots, just off the chart with ducks, geese. Today was a tough day. We had some weather come in, we had some snow, no wind, and the ducks just didn't move, but it doesn't matter. We're gonna go back out, we're gonna continue to scout, we're gonna get after it, we're gonna find the birds, get them patterned, and just enjoy everyone's company.
Ducks Unlimited Television is presented by Drake Waterfowl Systems, innovators in waterfowl hunting. Mossy Oak Shadow Grass Blades, the official camo of Ducks Unlimited. Browning Firearms, the best there is. And by Ducks Unlimited's Ducks Expo at Texas Motor Speedway, celebrating everything outdoors.
I think early on my passion for waterfowl hunting was just, the setup of everything, the setting the decoys, the scouting, the hunting, the cleaning the birds, the dog work. I think now for me though, I think it's more about passing that tradition on to my kids. So I remember when I was 5 years old, my dad took me to a DU banquet and I won a gun. And I think that just kind of like a lasting memory in my mind about DU and what it was about. So we went every year.
Craig actually brought some really great DU volunteers along with him, and also a guy who's new to Ducks Unlimited and new to duck hunting and waterfowling in general. So it was really cool to be able to share a blind with him and just kind of talk about you're never too old to get started. It can happen at any age, and you could really see the excitement on his face.
First duck and goose hunt, yep. Mostly have pheasant hunted, but had the opportunity to make this trip, and it's awesome. I haven't seen this many birds fly in ever in my life, and the adrenaline just starts pumping.
It's pretty exciting. It's pretty exciting when they come in.
Go ahead, guys.
My son came along, I decided when he was 4, I took him to our first banquet in Minnetonka, Minnesota.
And whenever you're a kid, everything is just huge and large and it's so big. And I remember even going to Ducks Unlimited events whenever I was a kid, and it just seemed unreal. And whenever he was an adult and he took his kid, I think that same larger than life concept was not there for him as to maybe what he remembered it as a kid.
Go ahead, guys.
And I was talking to just some guy that I met there. He goes, "What'd you think about the dinner?" And I said, "Hey, it was decent, but it just wasn't what I expected and what I remembered as a kid." He's like, he introduced himself, "My name's Adam DeHaan. And how about you come in and help us turn this into something special?" And I think we probably almost tripled attendance with that DU banquet now.
This week I was really fortunate to be able to see some of the sights that I saw. I mean, just birds on top of us and just circling and working.
Go ahead, guys.
I thought that was gonna land on top of me.
They were close enough where you could actually see them looking around to see if they wanted to make it happen and land in the decoys, and just really taking those moments in and appreciating where I was and appreciating what I was seeing.
Go ahead, guys.
Small, glacially formed wetlands known as potholes provide excellent duck breeding habitat. Potholes are what's left behind from glacial activity, the decaying ice leaving depressions in the soil surface. The number of water-filled potholes determines how many breeding ducks the landscape can support. The majority of the prairie pothole region lies in the Canadian provinces of Alberta, Manitoba, and Saskatchewan. and this area of North America is a top priority for Ducks Unlimited and Ducks Unlimited Canada. Conserving and restoring pothole wetlands here is not an option. It's the key to ensuring a healthy waterfowl population. DU Canada has strong roots in Saskatchewan, influencing over 7 million acres in the province through over 3,000 projects since the 1930s. Success in this region means securing the land and the water that waterfowl need to survive. Ducks Unlimited has done this and continues to work with private landowners and government agencies in Saskatchewan to make sure the duck factory is flourishing. To find out more about the Prairie Pothole region, please visit ducks.org.
DU Insights is brought to you by Mossy Oak Properties. Find your favorite place at mossyoakproperties.com. DUTV is powered by Browning Ammunition, the best there is. Mossy Oak Properties, America's land specialist. Purina Pro Plan, nutrition that performs. And Plano Synergy and Zinc Calls, a champion in every call.
We pride ourselves on being a science-based organization, and so we're always looking to demonstrate the benefits of having habitat lands on your property. And one of the areas we're looking at right now is the beneficial insects. So those insects like bees and other bugs that pollinate crops, they're very critical to making sure that farmers have high yields and productive crops. And we're looking into what role wetlands play in providing habitat for those beneficial insects. So something as simple as keeping a few potholes on your land may actually yield monetary returns in terms of the crop you produce.
Went out for the evening hunt. It warmed up, got to 50, 45, 50 degrees. We went into a pea field for the afternoon, and then the ducks pretty much came from the time we got there till the end of the hunt.
Down low.
Flocks of, 50 to 100 nonstop. And it's an evening flight right now, and that's kind of what we're going with.
Go ahead, guys.
Traveling the flyway the way we do it and experiencing everything up and down it and watching what birds do in different crops, different areas. It's just amazing to watch the whole thing unfold.
Go ahead, guys.
All right, good shooting.
As an outfitter, we also move down and we run a Devil's Lake, North Dakota lodge. After that, in December, we run a lodge in Kansas.
Go ahead, guys.
And then also January, a lodge in Oklahoma. So we're following the whole fall migration down.
Yeah, they worked in nice, just like they're supposed to.
From season to season, it's like a sports season where you have good ones, bad ones, but even at the longest, hardest seasons, at the end of it, the first week you go home, you kind of want to do it, go right back to it, so it's something that gets into your blood, and then I don't think you could ever not experience the fall migration and the spring migration. And, the most fulfilling part of it is watching these birds, how they hatch, what they do, how they adapt, where they go, how they change, and then how we have to do all that same thing.
I originally decided to get involved with DU as a way to network, to find places to hunt when I graduated from college. But as I learned more about it, it's a great cause, the habitat. And also I think it's important, the organization has a lot of integrity. And for a nonprofit, when I'm going to give a lot, significant amount of money, that's an important part of it, and it's unfortunately not always the case in some of the other nonprofits out there.
One of the things you can do to help yourself hit more birds is to have a positive thought in mind as birds are coming, as you're about to take a shot. Competitive shooters call it a trigger thought. But so when birds are coming into the decoys, what you want to have is a thought in mind, something that will help you do the right thing to make the shot, like, you know, see the eye, see the beak, something like that. The example I always come back to is turkey hunting for me, where I've got a bad habit. I'll want to peek up and watch the bird fall over. I just tell myself as the turkey's coming in, kill it through the gun, kill it through the gun. I'll say it over and over and over again because I get really excited when turkeys are coming. But that tells me, keep your head down, don't drop the gun off your shoulder, see the bird fall through the gun, and then it will fall over. So a positive thought, a trigger thought like that will help you be a lot more successful in the blind and in the woods.
DUTV is brought to you by Native Nurseries, hand-selected, hand-grown plants for wildlife. Higdon Outdoors, quality, customer service, innovation. That's Higdon. Biologic, scientifically proven wildlife products. Closed captioning for Ducks Unlimited Television is brought to you by Mossy Oak Bottomland, the official timber pattern of Ducks Unlimited.
Our last morning we decided to change gears a little bit. We decided that we wanted to go chase the snow geese. We got up early that morning because we knew we had to put out a huge spread. Even if you don't like to hunt, you just appreciate migratory birds and just really conservation and waterfowl species, you've got to come up here and see it. I mean, really, it's just a true spectacle, and it's something that I think gave me a deeper appreciation of the waterfowl, something that I already had a deep-rooted appreciation for in the first place and an incredible respect for. But kind of seeing, you know, the whole romance of it and where it happens, I mean, it's incredible, and it kind of took me to a whole nother level.
Go ahead, guys. Nice shot.
Thank you.
You know, so the other thing that Ducks Unlimited, why it's important to me is it's not just about the ducks, but it's about the habitat, it's about the natural resource, it's about clean water.
All of our habitat programs, they are ducks and more. They provide nesting habitat for breeding waterfowl, but they also provide habitat for a variety of other species, insects, invertebrates, reptiles, you name it. They all benefit from the habitat that we conserve. So having those habitats are really important in terms of the big picture, in terms of providing ecosystems that are functioning. And functioning ecosystems also provide better waterfowl habitat.
Go ahead, guys.
So we see higher nesting success, better recruitment, more ducks being born and fledging and flying south every winter.
So when I was probably 6, my dad brought me up here for the first time. Brought me up again when I was 12, and then from the time I turned 18 until now I'm 45, I've only missed 1 year. And I just absolutely love coming up here. It's got a lot of good memories, a lot of good friends, relatives.
We get 1 million birds coming through here. every year. One of the local tourism slogans was more incoming flights than Miami and LA combined. And it's a spectacular sight to see when that migration is happening in the spring and fall.
What an exciting time on the Western Canadian prairie. This region is home to the Quill Lakes, a vitally important international wetland. DU Canada is working hard to ensure this area continues to provide excellent habitat for waterfowl and other wildlife. Thanks to all our volunteers and donors around North America. Without your support, Ducks Unlimited cannot achieve our mission of wetlands sufficient to fill the skies with waterfowl today, tomorrow, and forever. Visit ducks.org to learn more about how you can help. Thanks for watching, and see you next time on Ducks Unlimited TV.